this was the game or the type of game that I expected from the Cleveland Browns, right? All season because of the talent that they had. Nick Chubb is back. He's week 2 into his return to the league. Famous Jameis is a starting quarterback. I don't know why people refer to him as that backup because of those few years in NOLA, but he's a starting quarterback. Former Heisman Trophy winner. He started for 5+ years in Tampa Bay. So it's not like, hey, I'm right off the street and lucky if I'm able to complete a pass. Jameis is expected to make some noise and ignite this Cleveland offense. And before I turn it over to you, actually, I want to bring in Mr. Baltimore himself onto the set and have him explain why I keep saying LJ8 is great, but man, why don't y'all ever perform above the level of competition instead of just playing tit for tat? Or was this a divisional rival that plays you very tough? Which one, Jordan? Welcome to the show.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. And shout out to the Roundtable audience. Man, I'll tell you what, with these AFC North divisional games, we see these jokers twice a year, every single year, and it never gets easy. It doesn't matter if they're 1-6. There's no excuses to this loss. The Ravens need help on defense. The secondary is struggling, and everyone can see it. The games that they're winning in the fourth quarters, you see the other team offense start to come back, and, they had that loss early on in the season, tragically in the fourth quarter. And it's just wild for the Ravens, right? They have so much potential this year, but the defense, that's where they're lacking identity. And, the Ravens are known for having a stellar defense. You got to think about Ed Reed and Ray Lewis. Those guys got to be flipping out right now watching the mistakes that are happening on defense.
What you think, Griff?
I mean, I think Jordan hit it on the head as far as with the defensive side of the ball. But again, Derrick Henry only touched the ball 11 times. I'm sorry. If he only touching the ball 11 times, and then plus y'all was not able to convert on third, and I think y'all was 2 for 10 on third down. Guess what that means? That means your defense is out there on the field and they tied. See, people beat defenses up, but when the offense is not producing, all I'm gonna tell you is I don't care how good your defense is. After 60, 70 plays out there on that field, them jokers' tongues is hanging out. And so that's what happened, man. When you got to equalize over there like Derrick Henry, that you could slow the game down a little bit, because the Browns didn't really run the ball that much. Jameis just was able to throw the ball. Jameis threw for over 300-some yards. The Browns only had like 50 yards rushing. Get the ball to Derrick Henry.
No, you're absolutely right. And I apologize, because my eyes are on the World Series game. The fans in New York are for real. They just tried to accost Mookie Betts and they literally took the ball out of his glove while he was catching it out in a foul ball. But something my first platoon sergeant told me, right? And when I was a young soldier, very, 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 very long time ago, was that you always find yourselves in situations in the military that you're not going to like. And what we always tell soldiers, Griff, hunt the good stuff. So, Jordan, I'm going to hunt the good stuff for you. The Baltimore defense was lacking, but if not for that Hamilton interception that he dropped, that he should have caught, that was a victory. Cleveland is a good team. They were just severely lacking at the quarterback position. And, of course, the return of Nick Chubb. So how Cleveland performs should not be a surprise to anyone. Cleveland has a legitimate squad. They have talent on that squad. They just haven't been able to bring it together as of yet. Griff made mention of Derrick Henry only touching the ball 11 times. I don't get it. I mean, he's played the first 6, 7 games of the year and is almost sitting at 1,000 yards. So that tells you that he is good. He is healthy. Stop trying to save him for December when you need him right now. So, in my opinion, the Baltimore Ravens could easily be 8-0. because they gave that game away against the Raiders defense. They should have won this weekend if Hamilton catches that interception, and they gave up another turnover that they should have had earlier in that drive or earlier in the game. So the Ravens did it to themselves. Cleveland did not beat them. They did it to themselves. Run the ball. Don't save Mr. Henry to the point to where we're going to give games away and possibly lose the division, because the Pittsburgh Steelers are there, bro. They are right there. So I wouldn't feel bad, Jordan. I wouldn't feel bad.
Karen said next. Karen said she tired of us talking about her team, man. Let it go. Hey, man, for real, man. Go look at it, man. That Derrick Henry averaged 6.6 yards a carry, bro.
Yeah.
6 yards a carry.
I don't know what y'all saving them for. You better find your way to M&T Bank Stadium, Jordan, and put a bug in their ear. You or Darren, find your way to the stadium and let John Harbaugh know. Run the daggone ball. Not with Lamar, but with Derrick Henry. And you just added a new receiver onto the roster today. I saw a trade from the Carolina Panthers. So Lamar has all of the requisite weapons that he needs. You made mention of Ray Lewis and T. Sizzle and Ed Reed and that vaunted defense that carried the Baltimore Ravens for the past 20 years as it pertains to legacy and those two Super Bowls. Both of them were defensive-led Super Bowl winning teams. If Baltimore wins the Super Bowl this year, they will win it by offense. They're not going to win it by defense. The defense is only going to be there for the ride. Same way with Kansas City, just on the opposite side of the ball. If they win it, it's going to be because of their defense and not because of their offense. Because Baltimore still has the best offense in the NFL. Kansas City still has the best defense in the NFL. Baltimore need to hone in on what our offensive philosophy is going to be, as Griff mentioned. Run the ball. You'll end up where you want to be. So, Jordan, y'all got to fix it, man.
We're going to fix it.
All right. If we got to come back on this show talking about another game y'all done gave away, I'm going to start losing faith in you. I'm telling you. All right, man.